afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get started. So I'll just give a brief about myself on what we've been doing over the last couple of years, and also the significance of this event and how it's going to leave you a lasting impact. My name is Vinod. I am the founder and CEO of Eagle Owl. As for today's topics and panels, normally we would see a lot of events where people will come and give generic yarn and stuff that might not make a lot of sense most of the times. Today what we have done is shortlisted 3 very specific topics which is on choosing the right technology for your restaurant, and then what kind of metrics do you track to achieve profitability, which is very important, and then how are your marketing and branding impacting your loyalty and profits again. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Let the show begin.
How important do you think is the technology for today's hospitality business?
The data is your friend. That's rule number 1. So if you ignore that and you run it like a mom and pop shop, you won't last very long. I think the short-term pain is for long-term gain. So we have to do it. And if the vendor is going to dump some software on you and run away, it's not going to work. They will never adopt it. And what is their model? Are they making money from a one-time sale, or are they making money from you every month on a subscription model? If it's a one-time sale, then I would say be careful. You're not going to get support ever again.
But somebody who is developing a web-based, it's always going to be good, because they don't have just one client on a web, right? So they have multiple clients. So they're constantly working on it to make it better. So I would never choose a software which is installed in your premises with no connection to the software developer. It's totally a different scenario. I can understand what is my ingredient cost and what is my margin. Should I keep it on the menu or not? And am I selling this or not? Should I take off the menu next month?
So you fill in a recipe, you have the actual cost of the recipe.
And you say that only way to enter recipes is through a software. But you need to subscribe to a software. Whatever you use, it doesn't matter. But as long as they're digitizing the recipes.
What you can't measure, you can't improve, right?
So software has to be user-friendly. A clean interface with less number of options to type in.
Factors to make sure your business is
Key
profitable.
performance indicators to ensure that your business becomes profitable, which you'd like to see every month.
Yeah, so you start with food cost, because if your kitchen is out of control, no matter what you do, you're never going to make money.
I think you should automate as much as possible.
Purchase managers also make money with vendors. You don't know what you don't know.
Again, a software like Eagle Owl will highlight that every month, that these are the items that don't sell, these are the items that sell but don't make you any money, and these are your winners and losers, and then you tally that with customer feedback and you know what you're doing. So, but you got to work on menu engineering pretty much every month. Now, the kitchen always comes and wants something ad hoc, right? So you have to run to the market and buy something ad hoc, and that is where the maximum revenue leakage is. Because he's buying at spot market price, you don't know what he's doing because the chef was desperate for something and he got it. And that you see in Eagle Owl that there's a spike whenever he buys that. It is not your contracted price. So again, technology to your rescue. Number 1, a web-based software like Eagle Owl, right? It is just discipline that they have to enter data. It is nothing more than data entry, and anybody can do it. So you have to do it. You have to issue them what they need for the day and do a stock check at the end of the day.
How much do you budget for technology? I think one of the biggest challenges which Eagle Owl and other vendors will agree is convincing people that they have to pay for good technology.
How much do you pay your credit card company in commissions, right? 1.7% to 2.5%, right? And what do you get for that? Nothing, right? You should at least spend that much on technology. There are 2 parts to it. One is the CRM part, which we are using Eagle Owl. So they capture all our data, all the customer history, their phone numbers, email addresses, repeat visits, who's calling, and they call, it lights up on the computer that they're calling. Doing it yourself, I think the admin costs are too high. You'll need someone to run it full time.
How much time does one need to invest in spending time in terms of analyzing the whole data? Because when we're talking about data, we get abundance of data. So I would like to throw a question to Mr. Ajay. We spoke about, you mentioned about at the entrance, the hostess or a manager knowing that this guest is a 50,000 guest, and at the end of the day, we give them a closing checklist to keep a check on the food costing, etc. So what's the quantity in terms of time that an owner needs to get involved in all of these? Because with the kind of skill sets that we have, not trying to demean anybody, every restaurant would want to invest, have a particular budget in terms of manpower for a manager or a chef, etc. So he might have certain capabilities, and that capability may not involve him keeping a check on his cost or identifying the right kind of customer, etc., etc. So how much analysis would you do, and how do you communicate this to the staff?
So that comes from your MIS reports. So you need a MIS report from HR, kitchen, marketing and sales, CRM, FOS. So you have to get those reports. You can buy these formats, or you can get a consultant to set up these formats for you, and then let your team just run it.
It's important for platforms like Eagle Owl or Possest or anybody else to also start giving red flags. Owners do not really have so much of time. The software should be able to pop up and say, hey, there is a red flag here. The trend is showing this. Wastage cost is going high.
A lot to do with your branding and marketing, which also plays a very essential role in how you're perceived in the market. So what were you doing 9 years back, Sibi, to what you're doing now? How has marketing differed for you?
We weren't doing much then, we're not doing much now. One of the reasons that drove me to be part of the industry is you're always connected to your customers. You're right there. Customers are, why do you have to go and market in a newspaper? Why do you have to go market somewhere else? When people are coming to you every day, and word of mouth is the best way for restaurants. And restaurants have that opportunity to build word of mouth as compared to most other products and services.
I think it's the extension of the whole marketing that we're talking about, which is to an extent is just a relevance, and just a jargon. Getting your 4 Ps right, I think, is the biggest plus point for running.
Can you elaborate on the 4 Ps? I'm sure audience would like to know.
Price, product, place, and the physical ambience.
For me, it was a challenge to expand the outreach of that particular product. It was not even a brand. How do you keep your uniqueness alive, and how do you ensure that it reaches out to people is pretty much what marketing department does. So take a small example. There's a glass of beer and there's a glass of beer, and one glass of beer says, this is not meant for beginners, right? That one line will make some consumers feel that it is meant for me because I'm a grown up. So I think a lot depends upon the strategy of communications of how you're driving the brand.
I think the story of your brand comes from within. You cannot possibly hire a digital marketing agency with 25-year-olds who don't probably understand your brand.